Hi again, students. Welcome back. Good to sort of see you again. We're going to be doing our latest read aloud today, a newer book by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. And as we read it today, it's called The Way Home for Wolf. I'd like to see if you guys can think of how it connects with what we're dealing with right now. We'll be mixing it up the rest of the week. I have a feeling I want to do a You Choose book coming up, maybe something nonfiction also. And just check back. We'll see if it's up to you if you want to watch, and if the book's your thing, that's great. If not, hey, we'll find something that you like along the way. All right, so here is The Way Home for Wolf. As a rainbow of lights flickered soft in the night, dusting diamonds of ice in a desert of white, the wild whipping wind, it whistled its tune to a howling of wolves and a shimmering moon. And the loudest "Ow!" in this echoing song was a wolfling called Wilf at the heart of the throng. He loved to be fierce and longed to be grown. He liked to try everything, all on his own. "Look at me, I am big, I am tough," he would growl, while he showed off his strength and practiced his prowl. One night it was time for the wolves to move on. New folks had moved in, and their shelter was gone. So they left right away to find a new cave. They would have to walk far, and they'd have to be brave. "Let's go!" shouted Wolf. "I am ready to lead." "You're too small," laughed the wolves. "It's an elder we need." One day they advised, "You will guide from the front." "I suppose," muttered Wolf, with a huff and a grunt. They struggled through snow as high as their flanks and leapt over rocks as they scaled icy banks. Wolf gave his all to keep pace and keep up, but strong-willed as he was still just a pup. He kept dropping back with each clamor and climb as the pack journeyed farther away all the time. Exhausted and breathless, he strayed off the track when a blizzard blew in and he lost his way back. Wolf longed to howl, "Help!" and to holler it loud, but his throat was too hoarse and his heart was too proud. He lay on the tundra, his tail curled up tight. A blanket of stars was his bed for the night. Until, crack went the ice, crack and creak. Wolf jumped to all fours with a deafening shriek. He stuck out the claws on every limb. He had to hold on because wolflings can't swim. Then he fell and he fell, rolling and spinning. It felt like the end, but was really just the beginning. Since somebody down there had heeded his scream, and she swooped from beneath like a watery dream. "I'll help you," she called. "Just reach for my horn." A majestic and magical sea unicorn. Wolf's pride washed away, and he stretched out a paw as she lifted him gently back onto the shore. "Don't worry," she sung before dipping her brow. "My friend Mr. Walrus will help you out now." And there, right behind him, a huge tusky fellow lifted his whiskers and let out a bellow. "To the ridge," he proclaimed, with his chin in the air. "My friend Mighty Muskox will take you from there." And with waftings of fish and a very loud snort, their journey was made, and their travels seemed short. And there, sure enough, on the ridge was the ox, who took Wolf as far as his friend, Arctic Fox, who followed his nose through the trees to a goose, who guided him honking to this ancient moose. The moose knew these wilds like no other soul. He was steady and true in pursuit of their goal. And as twilight closed in, Moose sang out a call to a fluttering, tiny fluff ball. A bear moth who showed Wolf the rest of the way to the place where this wolfling most wanted to stay. "Thank you," Wolf waved as he rejoined his pack, and the wolves howled with joy that their wolfling was back. They huddled him in and cuddled him close and fussed over which wolf had missed him the most. Wolf, he knew then, that when all come together, the darkest of times are easy to weather. So he bowed to the narwhal, ox, walrus, and goose, and vowed to the fox and moth and the moose. If I ever meet one who has strayed off their track, I'll help them along by guiding them back. And true to his word, Wilf is different now, and his world seems much smaller and warmer somehow. Since wherever life takes you, wherever you roam, we're all just a handful of friendships from home. And I like especially this last line I'm going to read again. Since wherever life takes you, wherever you roam, we're all just a handful of friendships from home. And I like the connection that makes, because we're apart right now. And our home together as McGinn folks, as our McGinn crew, as I like to say, our home is our school. And even though we're apart, we're going to connect the best we can. And I hope that's happening with these read alouds. I know your teachers have been reaching out with emails. And just think about the awesome times we've had in class, the ones that are going to come up again one day. It's just a matter of when, guys, that we'll be back together. But, we're a team, okay? And that's why I like the message of this book. So think of us as a wolf pack. Does that sound good? All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.